A man travels back in time and becomes a medieval prince, and he actually manages to build firearms ahead of his era. The gun pierces right through plate armor, which is renowned for its defense. Staring at the hole in the armor, the two shooters are completely stunned by its power. They'd previously thought this was just an ordinary iron tube. As for how James managed to create firearms in medieval times, the most critical component was manufacturing the gun barrel, which required high-temperature welding. Fortunately, this world has witches with magical powers. James teaches the witch Luna to concentrate her magic at her fingertips, and that's how they complete the barrel's construction. Their relationship heats up in the process. Next, James recruits a large number of militia to defend his territory, but these militia members show up with a take the money and run attitude, because James offered excellent terms during recruitment: 10 silver coins a month plus meals. However, if war actually breaks out, they'd be the first to flee. James anticipated all of this. First, he promotes Edgar, a hunter, in front of the new recruits, making him captain of the new regiment. He promises the soldiers that as long as they contribute to defending Border Town, they can all earn promotions, but the new recruits couldn't care less about that, so James proposes another reward if everyone completes their training. Lunch will include an extra egg. The soldiers are thrilled to hear this, because in this era, many people don't get to eat eggs even once a year. The first training exercise is standing at attention for 2 periods. The soldiers think it'll be easy, but they never expect such a simple action to be so exhausting. For the sake of getting that egg, the soldiers push themselves to the limit. After barely managing to complete the training, the soldiers worry that James might go back on his word. New recruit Ava chats with friends. They don't understand why James, a nobleman, would promote Edgar, a commoner. Carter has the same question. He thinks these new recruits are just a ragtag bunch, and besides, Edgar is of a different race. James responds that no matter what race Edgar is, right now he's a citizen of Border Town. He also tells Carter that he's not training them to the standard of knights, but rather to get them ready for the battlefield quickly. What surprises Carter even more is that James actually wants the new recruits to learn reading and writing. Carter is completely baffled, because literacy doesn't help with combat at all. For James, a modern person, he understands just how important education is for an army. At lunch, James keeps his promise and gives all the soldiers eggs, successfully igniting their enthusiasm for training. The afternoon training involves everyone running 3 laps around Border Town. If they complete the training, they'll get eggs added to dinner too. They can help each other, but everyone must finish. If even one person doesn't make it, the egg reward gets cancelled. So for the sake of the egg reward, the soldiers grit their teeth and keep running. Some collapse from exhaustion, but with their comrades' support, they ultimately complete the training. At this moment, Carter seems to understand James's purpose in doing this. James gets back late at night to find the witch Ella still waiting for him. Ella heard that all the new regiment's expenses are coming out of James's own pocket. James says as long as they can defend Border Town, it's all worth it, but Ella doesn't understand why he's teaching the soldiers to read and write to people who can't even fill their stomachs. This seems meaningless. James explains that maybe it's not useful now, but it'll be important for future battles. They'll gradually understand the meaning of what they're fighting for. Then James asks Ella in return what is their witch organization fighting for.
我们只是为活命而聚在一起的一群可怜人，哪有现在想这些？只是活下去就已经很累了。
Meanwhile, the Lord of Longhorn Fortress learns that James has not only built walls but is also recruiting and training militia. Although the Lord's subordinates all think James is digging his own grave, the cunning Lord won't give James any opportunity. He assigns a task to his subordinates.